Greetings ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangs, and I welcome you guys to another episode of Heroes Weekly, the weekly show for everything Heroes related. We have a lot of things to talk about today, so let's jump into it. While there aren't any supposed leaks this week, we do have a lot of stuff going on. First and foremost, the Tempest Trials are back up, offering new rewards like seals, but perhaps most enticingly, two versions of the Black Knights. The 4-star version requires 6,000 points, while the 5-star version requires 30,000 points. This is a lot of work, but considering how amazingly strong he is, it's well worth it. There's also 4 banners active right now: the Hawkeye and Indian banner, the Tempest Trial banner, Heroes with Deathblow, and there's still some time left of the Dauntless Crimean banner as well. Don't worry FNE fanboys, there's still time to get your Thaifu. There's also a bunch of weekly Warriors events going on right now as well, allowing you to take on waves of encroaching reinforcements. These maps, in particular the Camilla one, are spectacular for grinding skill points. If you have a strong team of level 40s, you can merely auto-battle the hard version of Camilla's map and earn around 75 to 80 skill points for each time you complete it. This is perhaps the most time-efficient way to get skill points right now, and if you want to, you can merely put on auto-battle and put your phone down and do something else in the meanwhile. Lastly, the Bound Hero battle against Hawkeye and Indian is still up if you haven't done it yet. This is said to be one of the easier Bound Hero battles in a while, with a lot of people managing to beat Infernal mode fairly quickly. We had a go at it at Lunatic difficulty during the last episode of Friday Night Heroes if you want to check it out. Then it's time for the character of the week, and this time it's none other than Berkut who graces the spotlights. With his sturdy Regalian warhorse and blazing hot wife, Berkut is ready to take on all challengers, nobles and peasants alike. Well, especially the peasants. Berkut is a slow cavalier, tied with Leo as the slowest in the game, but he packs a decent punch along with a combination of skills that makes him into a magical tank. Sadly, since these are tied to his weapon and A skill, he needs to shed this niche if he wants to opt for different builds. His speed is really bad, hurting his capacity to tank as well as ensuring he will be doubled by a lot of units in the meta, and his physical defense is also quite poor compared to that of other tanks. However, thanks to his good attack, he makes great use of the quick riposte skill alongside a Brave Lance. Don't fool yourself, however, Berkut is far from being the best Lance Cavalier, especially when he has to compete with people like Camus or Perry or the recently added Oscar. But he's still a flexible unit that can opt for different options based on what you need him to. Get him some Course Friends or a fast unit that covers the gaps in his weakness and he is sure to serve you quite well. Then it's time to showcase some fan-made builds. The first one comes in from Janino, showcasing a very tanky Berkut with an Emerald Lance and Bonfire. This Berkut can absolutely decimate red units as well as crush lance-wielding ones with his Lancebreaker skill. The attack plus 3 skill should probably be exchanged with Deathblow however, as Berkut isn't great on the defense, but aside from that, this is an alright build. The second build is submitted by a user called Garrison, and it runs a rather mixed tank build Berkut with Moonbow and Fury, which puts his defense up to a whopping 34 and his resistance to 33, which is extremely high, although at the cost of draining his own hit points after battle. Then we have this third and final submitted fan build sent in by Sora, and this is a very interesting one. The Heroes team scratched their heads a little bit on this one. The Phantom Speed Seal increases Berkut's speed when facing off against skills such as Windsweep. It also runs Steel Defense, which is a pretty uncommon skill to see on him, but it does help if he can't get the job done with his first strike. The next character of the week is going to be none other than the Black Knight, which means that in order to send in your Black Knight builds, you have to do well in the Tempest Trials to come. If you manage to get your hands on him, however, send in your fan-made builds to mangsheroesteam@gmail.com, and do remember that if you include a descriptive title, your character is much more likely to get picked, so keep that in mind. Then it's time for the weekly challenge, and last week we asked you guys to send in funny screenshots of weird teams, and boy did we get a lot of them. Coming up first we have this submission by Nick called Berkut's Worst Nightmare. Surrounded by Donalds. What a way to go out. Then we got this submission from Atri labeled Cute Emblem. Look at them. They all look so happy. Oh my god, this picture gives me diabetes. Then we have this submission by David, promptly named Edgelord Emblem. I almost cut myself opening this mail. The edge is simply too much.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Then we have this submission by DLG called Justice is an Illusion. It's a clever looking picture showing off Sander and his 2 illusions. Then we have a screenshot of a team named Lolly Emblem sent in by Flaming Tortoise 8, and he also included a friend code in case there's any other Lolly lovers out there, which should be like 98% of my audience. Then we have this submission by a guy named Eric, and this one I've dubbed the Lucina Playboy Mansion. For whatever reason, this one Lucina doesn't seem to think very highly of this picture. Maybe she's the real one? I always thought she was kind of a bore. Then we have this submission by Silk Rules 34 called Marth, and Marth fighting Marth. And then we have this one from a user called Seldamon, and this one's called Tarya's Dream Come True. I bet she's having a lot of fun on this boat. Seldamon also submitted his friend code, so you can go show him some love and make a friend, but please don't stalk him. Then there's this one from 1am Weaver called They All Want Me Dead. Knowing Hector, however, he's probably just gonna be fine. Hopefully. Then there's this submission from Michael labeled Waifu Wars, and I gotta say, I really enjoy the positioning of the units here and how Michael has made use of the enemy units as well as his own to create a really fun picture of waifus squaring off against each other. Who do you think would win this waifu war? Post your answer in the comments section below. Then we have this submission by Super Broccoli Squad labeled Fire Emblem. Yeah, I'm not even going to give my thoughts on this one, it's not pleasant. And then we come to the winner of the week. This submission is called Laszlo on the Beach, and it's submitted by a user called Laszlo. Now, what's quite hilarious here is how he's not only made good use of the characters involved, but also the terrain itself. Notice how Laszlo is hiding behind a palm tree, sneak peeking over at Tiki and Robin in their summer bikinis. The other characters who's chilling around also adds a lot to the picture, making it seem like a beach party. Overall, this is just a very creative way to utilize the entire terrain and also the units on the map to create a very hilarious picture. That also makes a ton of sense. We all know Laszlo would love to creep the pretty ladies in bikinis on the beach, and well, to be fair, who wouldn't want to check out Tiki and Robin? Anyway, if you want your special Discord role, PM me on Discord, Laszlo, and it's yours. So for the next challenge of the week, we wanted to submit a screenshot of two characters fighting. Make it fun, try to capture a good shot, and also include a funny title if you want. Send in your submissions to mangsheroesteam@gmail.com, and remember to title it Weekly Challenge, and include your in-game username alongside a friend code if you want it featured. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to wrap up the first episode of Heroes Weekly. Did you like it? If so, please consider leaving a like on the video to support the show, and do let us know what you think about it in the comment section below. Subscribe for more Heroes content, and make sure you tune in next Sunday for another episode of Heroes Weekly. I would like to extend a big thanks to my Heroes team for helping me make this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, my name's Mangs, and I wish you guys a happy Sunday. Goodbye!